What's up guys? So this week I'm in my back lot where I collect all my project cars, and today I got my 1974 VW Bug that I would like to get up for sale. But first we got to pull it into the shop, get this thing all cleaned up, polish its paint, get it running and see what condition it's all in, and then post it for sale. And then when we sell this car, I got another car that I want to put some money into and then sell that car. I could sell them right now as is, but I could get a few extra bucks if I just put a little elbow grease into it and just get this thing looking better. Before we pull it in, let's go look at the other car that I'm going to put the money into from selling this one to get that one running and get that one sold. So over a year ago, one of my first videos were actually detailing this Datsun 280Z that I picked up years ago. This thing was abandoned. It looked really dirty. We got it cleaned up as best as we can. You know, it's not in all the best condition, but the one thing I didn't do was get it running, and I don't have a key in it, so I'm gonna have to get a new ignition. Did get a title ever since then. I didn't have a title before. Well, hopefully we could get it fired up, and then that will help sell the car. As of right now, we could sell it probably for $2,500, but if we get it running, we'll get it for like 35 to 4 grand. All right, so now we're back to the Bug, and what I do know is the back left wheel is locked up, so I'm gonna have to get some air in the tire, and then somehow we're gonna have to skid it in. So I picked up this Bug a few years ago and then parked it right here. I didn't do anything to it yet. I actually took this on a trade deal. I did some detail work for a guy, which is what I like to do. I do that a lot with a lot of vehicles. I'd actually do a lot of trade work, paint work, whatever I can do, as long as I can get the best deal on a vehicle. I'm gonna pull my truck up, get the strap on it, get that tire filled up, put a little skid under it, and then we're gonna pull it in the shop and then start working on it. All right guys, so I got the Bug back into the shop, and this thing is actually in pretty good condition. And as you can see, the two wheels on the driver's side were locked up. I had to drag it all the way into here. And I'm gonna try my hardest not to fall in love with the car as I detail it, because that's always what I do, and then I end up not selling it, but I gotta do it. We gotta sell this car. We gotta clear up some space, and I need a few extra bucks. So now we're gonna open up all the doors, the hood, the bonnet, and see what condition everything's in, and then we'll start detailing it. All right, so for the interior, the dash, steering wheel, all in pretty good condition as I can see, and the door panels are in great condition. Something chewed the back of the head on this seat, so it's pretty much gone. Definitely looks like mice have been in here. Floors aren't as gone as I usually see them. Usually they're gone. You can't even put your feet down. This one you could definitely put your foot down on. But yeah, it's a mess in here. We got some mold, and I'm sure it'll clean up pretty nice. You know, just salvage what it is here so that when we put it up for sale, people can see the full potential of it and see the condition it's in and what they got to do to make it just that much better. Now for the exterior paint of this car, it's really faded, so I know this single stage paint is going to shine up really well. The single stage, so there's no base coat, clear coat. This is just a one color and clear kind of together that they did back in the day. And what's nice about a single stage is it's very forgiving. So you could polish this out, get a lot of scratches out, and it's always going to shine up like brand new. And I know this thing's going to shine up really nice, so I'm excited for that. Oh yeah, there's a big old rat's nest in there. All right, so it's been a while since we've seen a rat's nest this big, since probably the 51 Chevy. It looks like on the side of the strut towers and everything and underneath the hood, this car is in really good shape as in rust-wise. There's no rust. I got the engine bay open, and it looks like that some mice have also ran around in here, and I don't see anything really chewed up, thankfully, so that's good. I've only looked at this one time like a few years ago. It looks like we could get this thing running. I know it doesn't have a battery in it, so we'll check all the fluids, throw the battery on it, see what happens from there. Clean, I'm sure maybe there's a mouse in this air box. Looks like you could run right up in here, so we'll have to take that apart, see if there's a mouse in there, see if we get this thing to run. All right, so we looked over the Beetle, and it's actually in pretty good condition. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and vacuum everything off of the exterior, all these pine needles, get that rat's nest out of there and get all the pine needles out of the jams. Go ahead, give it a thorough wash, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is polish it, because I'm really excited to see how this paint goes. So we're gonna go straight into polishing, get all this chrome looking good, get this paint looking awesome, make it shine, and then we'll jump onto the interior and scrub that all up as well. All right, so I think that's enough said. Let's get into the detail. So one little fun fact I did learn about these VWs last time I had one in the shop is, see that little nozzle? They got the hose to the washer fluid connected to it, so the pressure of this tire is what's giving you the pressure to spray the washer fluid onto your windshield. Oh yeah, yeah, just like I thought. Oh yeah. That smells awful. Oh, hit me in the face. Well, this is the first time I saw the mouse actually get all the way through the air filter. All right, so we got the exterior of the bug all washed and clean, so now I'm gonna go ahead and polish it. There's some tree sap that's on here, so I'm gonna take some alcohol, get this tree sap out of here, and then I'm gonna take some rubbing compound on a rotary. It's a single stage, like I said, it's gonna shine up night and day. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna grab a rag and some alcohol, and let's get some of the sap off. All right, so now we're onto the interior of the Beetle. I got the exterior all cleaned up and polished. I got the chrome as best as possible. Top layer of it's a little bit charred up from the sun. So all I have left to do is shine up the tires and wash the engine bay, because I totally forgot to wash the engine bay, but we could do that before we get it running. But for now, we're gonna get on the interior, get this thing all cleaned up, see what condition it's all in. So let me throw on some gloves and we'll start pulling these seat covers off.
Ooh, this thing nasty.
Ugh. Got the Type 1 owner's manual. Oh my God. All right, so now that it's clean, let's take this air cleaner off and get this carburetor out. All right, so I got the carburetor off, and as you can see in here, it's a little packed up with some stuff and a little corroded. I'm gonna separate it from the two. Just spray it all out, get everything moving, and then put it back on and see if we get it started. Got a battery I charged up. Hopefully it doesn't go through this floor. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put the key in and test to see if we got power. Lights are on. She thirsty. She thirsty. There we go. All right, try that. Here we go, moment of truth. Okay, so it didn't try. It's not the battery. It could be that it needs a starter. All right, so I went under there and I could not get the starter out. I tried and I tried for a couple hours and I just cannot get those bolts to break free, and there's also no room under there. I'm sure there's a trick somewhere. I watched a couple videos, but I just could not get it. I'm running out of time, so I gotta get this thing out of here and I gotta get it out in the front lot and I gotta get this thing sold. I'm sure if somebody has the time to put in the starter, get a new battery for it, maybe check all the wires, this thing will run. And it's a very solid project car. Usually the floors are completely gone. This one only has a couple spots here and there. You could probably get away with just patching a few spots instead of replacing the whole floor, which is hard to come by with these bugs. Usually you got to put all new floors, all new heater channels, and new rockers. So this one, I think, is a lot nicer of a project for somebody that's gonna be doing the work anyway. The truck that I use to haul all the vehicles is in the shop right now getting a new turbo. It needs a lot of work, so it's gonna take a second until we're back on the road, probably a couple weeks. But I got some cars around here to work on, and also there's some cars locally that I could grab with a different vehicle. I also got the two 944s I gotta go downstate and grab still that I didn't pick up because snow came. So there's some things that I gotta go pick up, and then we're back to the barn finds. If you have a barn find, you live up here in Traverse City or around the area in northern Michigan, gotta be a classic or a unique vehicle that you know that you've seen on the channel here. Email the photos and information to the email below, and then I'll get right back to you, see if we're gonna do it or not. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next detail.